better. Stream started on main computer's end. What about on the Twitch side of things? Come on. Let it load, let it load, let it load. Maybe. Alright, looks good. Does it sound good?
Looks good.
It does indeed. So hello people of the internet. It is I, Soulrack Dragon here, back with more Fate Grand Order, where today we're continuing Trom. Now let me just real quick like claim this here stuffs. And done, and yeah. Let's go ahead and jump right into things. So, assassination plot is section 12. We are on section 12 right now. Those of you watching on YouTube, make sure to drop a like and a sub so you can see when the rest comes out. But without further ado, let's get this party started. Looks like we have the carte blanche to choose whomever we so desire. Well, I think we should keep with Oi being the lead here. Wait, why Oi? No, I chose the wrong class! Why did I think Oi? Why did I think I was up against Berserkers? I'm a dum-dum. I'm a dum-dum. I'm a dum-dum-dum-dum. Again, thank you for agreeing to manage our military affairs account, Vlad. Not at all. On my honor, I vow that victory shall be ours. Still, the fact remains that we're only now pulling up to the starting line. The other realms still have a big big lead. Come now, Sancho, look at the bright side. Think of it as saving our strength for when we'll need it most. Wow, talk about putting a positive spin on things. Look at me being a big ol' smarty pants. Very well then, Count Vlad. I believe we should discuss our next course of action, while continuing to train the army, of course. Agreed. Now then, if I may direct your attention to this map. While we have a great many things on our plate at present, we are ultimately faced with three options. Do we go on the offensive or fortify our defenses? If the former, do we go after the revenge or reinstatement realm? According to the sum total of the information Sancho's spies have sent us, our best choice would seem to be a strike against the revenge realm. Why is that? You must look at the big picture. The reinstatement realm may have better generals, and there is an excellent chance they will continue to grow in power. But, for better or worse, Constantinos XI is a known quantity. Think of this singularity as a game board. He wishes to play by the rules, and win it for himself. The same does not hold true for the revenge realm. They would not think twice about simply overturning the entire board. And then there are the strange towers, like the one you investigated. Holmes was right. They are long-range cannons. The locations alone make that quite clear. However, I have a strong suspicion that the towers are in fact already complete. Their plan may be to use them in conjunction with servants whose noble phantasms are themselves cannons. Or perhaps they plan to use them with something much worse than cannons. I cannot say for sure. Regardless, I believe the entire Revenge Realm is working to overturn the game board in its entirety. And I suspect Zhang Jui, a caster aligned with the Revenge Realm, is the one behind this plan. We must therefore eliminate Queen Kriemhild. If she falls, the Revenge Realm is likely to follow. If that happens, the Reinstatement Realm's not just going to sit around twiddling their thumbs, are they? No, they will not. I will say this is only my best guess, based on the information I have. I could well be wrong about some things. Regardless, we must act, and we must do so soon. That all makes sense to me, but it doesn't sound like our army will be of much help here. You are correct, our only hope of assassinating Zhang Jui is a small elite team. But such an operation will not on its own slip past the Revenge Realm's defenses. That is why we will also mobilize our entire army and make them think they are under threat of an invasion. We could, in fact, mount an actual attack. And while the other two realms are caught up in the resulting chaos, the assassination team will carry out the mission. That is why we need to train our army. The training will take up most of my time today, but I will help you plan the operation tonight. I see. Then we'll figure out that plan in the meantime. I'd be very grateful if you took a look later to see how viable it is. Very well. In regards to this mission, Mr. Soul, will you be including me in this roster too? Hey, what do you expect? We all know your summoning skills are really damn useful. I would also like to come along on this mission. I have some experience with both stealth and combat, and I'm also concerned about what Moriarty may do. As long as he's around, I cannot in good consciousness send Master off alone. Then I'll assign a assassin class servant to go with you two. On one side of proper human history. Well, on the side of proper human history, of course. You won't be able to do much to help the mission if you can't fight at your full strength, Lord Soul. Guess we wouldn't be much help. Hey, it's not like either of us would ever cut for espionage, right? Guess I'll be sitting this one out too. Honestly, I don't think I have the skill set to help with an assassination. We still have some time until the operation begins. Time we'll need to get our military forces in good order and conduct a campaign. We'll also need to use that time to come up with an assassination plan, so let's bring in this assassin you spoke of now. Sure thing, I'll call for them right away. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh, it's just... Hey there, I'm an assassin. My true name is still a secret. I used to undertake assassinations as part of a certain religious order. I'm honored to be a part of this mission. You are a Hassan. Just say that. You are Hassan-i-Sabah. You do not need to tell us what your designation is, though I don't think it would really matter other than getting people hyped up for another Hassan. Very good. These are your squad mates, Sherlock Holmes and my master, Soul. They will be the keys to this mission. Do whatever you must to ensure your teamwork is flawless. You have until our army's training is complete. Yes, sir. Hey there. Good to meet you two. How about we get to know each other better over drinks? They say that's the modern way to break the ice. Though, just so you know, I can't drink alcohol myself. Then when I go drinking. Good point. Well, I'm sure the coming days will afford us ample opportunity to get to know each other better. For the moment, I think our time would be better spent determining one another's combat abilities. Then I'll make a reservation for you three at the training grounds. Alright, everyone, let's do our best to put a stop to this rebellion against proper human history. Yeah, rebellion is bad. Oh. She put her hands together in prayer. It is, in a sense, a small, insignificant action. No matter how holy others may consider her, she can't stop herself from wondering if she's deceiving them. She does believe in God. She does trust His plan. But perhaps that faith exists only at the surface level. That doubt has plagued her since she was summoned. Well, this no doubt goes without saying. Pope Johanna was not a real person. Her existence, or lack thereof, was debated for centuries. And Johanna knows that very well. She is fully aware that she is a figment of someone's imagination. She knows that every high and low of her life is pure fiction. She is sure that whenever she is summoned to fight in a Holy Grail war, though she has no memory of past summons, she must have fallen deeply into despair. Not that she was aware of this. Now that she's aware of this, she can't help but feel there may be no point in praying to God, or perhaps that she has no right. You think so? I'm not sure what to think. I've heard that no one believes in mystics and fantastical things nowadays. Some people also say myths, legends, even the tales of our own adventures are all just stories made up by someone at one point. But even if that's true, I've never doubted who I am. I know that the glorious 12 paladins of Charlemagne really existed, and I know that the love Ruggiero and I shared was real too. Even if I'm not the real Bradamante, but a shadow of her being cast by humanity, it doesn't mean I'm not still me. Truth. There's no reason you can't think of the same, Your Holiness. Bradamante. You and I are indeed both shadows of humanity. But you, at your core, have an unshakable sense of who you are. Maybe there's a reason for that. Or maybe, and I know this may sound odd, maybe most heroes like you exist alongside your mystics and fantasies. But that's not true for me. I'm a figment of someone's imagination, My existence was thoroughly disproved by academics. My life, my history, is all a fragmentary jumble. And what's more, there's now an overwhelming consensus among academics that I simply never existed. They were right to come to a consensus. Academics are supposed to find the truth of things. The idea of Pope Johanna was a revolutionary one that could not be dismissed out of hand. History itself would change depending on whether she truly existed or not. And so academics pored over every document they could find to verify it, almost as if they were conducting an autopsy. They were right to do that. Everything they did was right. I just didn't take it well. That's all. It was hard and sad. It felt like they were ripping my heart from my chest. I wanted to grab them by their collars and shake them and scream, "How dare you do this to me?" But we wouldn't approve of that. Not His Imperial Majesty, nor anyone else in the reinstatement realm. You wanted to grab them by their collars. It was a whole kind of pain, knowing I've drawn all of you into my anguish. Oh, and the collar part was just a figure of speech. Please, just forget about it. Your Holiness. I'm a paladin. I'm supposed to serve my lord and my country, and embody justice and light. And I know Archbishop Tilpin would be furious with me if I didn't help ease your suffering. I might have chosen to rebel against proper human history, but I'll never stop respecting you. Thank you, Bradamante. I wish I could do something to repay you. For what it's worth, I pray from the bottom of my heart that you and your loved one will be reunited in romantic bliss. Thank you, Your Holiness. Oh yes, I'm not sure if I should ask you about this. But weren't you arguing with some of the other servants earlier? Yes, I was. They still suspect me of being a spy. I told them they were mistaken, and that I chose to cut ties with the others because of a difference in our beliefs. I see. Does that mean you can't trust me after all? Not at all, Bradamante. I would trust you with my life. I just didn't want to pit you against your former comrades in arms. I appreciate your consideration, Lady Johanna, but you don't have to worry about me. I offer you this promise on my honor as one of the 12 paladins of Charlemagne. I will fight them with all my might. Thank you, and I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me for insulting your pride. Oh no, you didn't do anything to apologize for. It makes sense you'd have doubts like that. But I've sworn to follow you and His Imperial Majesty to the end, no matter what. So what would you do if Constantinos and I decided to go different ways ourselves? Excuse me. But please don't ask me that. It's like asking a child which of their parents they prefer. I'm sorry, I was only teasing. Meanie. Okay. So, now we're doing battle. Okay, Oh. Do we just have endless guts? Well, that certainly makes this viable now. It's just gonna be a very long fight. But sorry about the stuttering in my speaking. I'm reading up on Pope Johanna a bit more. Looks like there is still some contention as to whether or not she existed. I don't know where I stand, honestly. I'd need to do more research on the matter. Early on. Of course you gained evasion. An evasion I have no means of hitting. Go for stars, I guess. And we do not have NP for boy. Nope. So we'll go a Brave Chain then. Close. You guys keep using instant death, but you never instantly kill me. You guys gotta try harder if you want to actually use something called instant death. How is this battle supposed to end? I guess that's it. Cool. I'll take it. I will take it. Next arrow is a Bazaka node. And again, we have freedom to choose. Since it's Berserkers this time, we're going to go with an alter ego. No, we're going to just go with this time. Properly using this team, I guess. Alright everyone, it's time we put our plan together. Yes, a good plan is key to a successful assassination. That's what my senior assassins are always telling me. Fair. Our first target is Kriemhild's second in command, Zhang Jui. If we're to succeed, you must get him to leave the singularity. You could just say we need to kill him, Holmes. We know what we're doing here. Formidable as his noble phantasm and spells are, his intelligence is a far greater threat. I considered using some sort of magecraft to render him unconscious, neutralizing him and bringing him back here. But he's a caster. But ultimately I decided we need to completely eliminate any chance of him using that intellect against us. We will assassinate him, as such dire threats deserve. Got it, I hear you. It's always possible for targets to change when you're making decisions on your own discretion on site. Excuse me. So it's great that we're all on the same page about this now. Solid communication. There are three key parts to this plan we need to decide on. The how, the where, and the when. What about the why? Do we need to know why we're doing this? For the how, obviously we'll have to ambush him. Precisely. Sniping him would be far too risky. Perhaps it would be another story if we had a truly first-rate archer on our side, but... No, even then I doubt sniping would succeed. Our target is, after all, Zhang Jui, the leader of the Yellow Turbans. Yeah, depending on what tower start he uses, his defenses could be airtight. Oh, I see. So that's why you called me here. Indeed, we realized we would need help of a professional in the sage arts. The secretary already gave us permission to bring you on board. It's unfortunate she's part of the rebellion, but the assassin should be able to contain her if things take a turn. Though, of course, we'll have to do our best to ensure things don't come to that. Still, I don't know if I can make it all the way to the Revenge Realm's castle. I'm not exactly what we'd call nimble compared to most people. I'm kind of, slowpoke? Don't say that. Yeah, that's it. Can I leave now? Okay, I thought she was gonna get mad. Now, come on. Alright, now that Miss Zufu is here, let's discuss the where and when of the plan. First of all, Zhang Jui's behavioral patterns. According to the scouts we've had tracking him... We have scouts tracking him? Zhang Jui spends most of his time in the Revenge Realm's capital, with the occasional excursion to Fort Azagauk. I have no idea if I pronounced that properly. Creamhill has entrusted him with authority over all the surrounding area. He also sometimes causes problems for the Reinstatement Realm during the Revenge Realm's expeditions. He's an excellent leader to his troops, however these troops vary tremendously in terms of quality, and he cannot fill those gaps on his own. As a result, he frequently loses these skirmishes, but he's also quick to retreat to safety when this occurs. In this ongoing war between the realms, Zhang Jui himself has never suffered so much as a scratch. Though he seems to be particularly skilled in personal combat, he makes up for it with his sheer adaptability. In fact, one could say he's the Revenge Realm's second king, so I say it would be beyond foolish to try and assassinate him in the capital. Without an escape route, chances are such an attempt would fail, even if we were to risk our own lives to accomplish our goal. Were we to try assassinating him on his way to Fort Azagauk, Grammar, team, grammar! He would have an excellent chance of slipping through our fingers. So I've concluded that our best bet is to infiltrate the fortress and assassinate him there. However, even with this plan, our odds of success remain low. If we trust only luck to see us through, we will be doomed to failure. That's tricky. I guess it all comes down to how tight the fortress's security is. We can assume it is indeed airtight, but perhaps not so tight there is no room for us to slip through. Tell us, Miss Zufu, how would you go about protecting this fortress? Do we know how the fortress was built and where? Let me see. Yeah, here we go. It's all in this document. Yeah, this place is pretty airtight. You already can tell that, huh? I don't know the first thing about Western spells, but I've got almost a sixth sense for Eastern ones. To put it another way, if they did use any Western spells here, I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about them. But I can tell this fortress is built using Qimendunjia. I have no idea if I pronounced that right. Basically, you use astrology and cleromancy to determine the optimal orientation of all sorts of objects. It works on everything from people to armies to castles. It can tell you things like the best way for you to walk or a direction where you're sure to fail. As I recall, Zhu Liang used it during the Three Kingdoms period. Oh yeah, the unreturning formation. I've heard of that, too. Anyway, my point is... Zhang Jui used his Taoist arcs to lock this fort down tighter than a Tanggu drum. But historically speaking, once you breach the fortress, capturing it is simple. It may be that these Taoist arts are the only notable defense we must overcome. So basically, it all comes down to this servant. You mean me? Yep. Yeah, okay, I'll do it. Really, when you think about it, that guy might look older, but I actually go back further than he does. Hell, I was a genuine court sorcerer for China all the way back in the time of Emperor Qin Shi Huang. Sure, I was involved in a different matter for a while, and my knowledge of the Taoist is a little fuzzy, but I'm sure I'll figure out something. Well, I believe in you, Zuzu. Who the hell said you could come up with a nickname for me? But, you know, kind of a good fit. No, knock it off. I insist you show me the respect I deserve. You will address me as Lady Zufu. Got it? How exactly do we go about this? Do we need to conduct a reconnaissance on the fort to get past its tower's defenses? No, I think we could put together a counter-strategy based on what we all know now. For example, say there's a talisman using the Taoist arts and a talisman that can counteract it. We can make a whole bunch of the latter kind now. Pardon the And from there I can hammer the basics of Taoist arts into your head so you know what to do with them. Yeah, this could work. Excellent. I can finally see a way forward. We'll begin the combat training teams to reach the minimum of teamwork necessary to execute this plan. We'll also help Miss Zufu with her item construction while having her coach us on the basic Taoist arts. All while hammering out the details of this plan before the day of the mission arrives. Sounds reasonable. I'm gonna need you guys to bring me a bunch of the materials I need for the talismans as soon as possible. Oh, like what? We should be able to use forbidden pages for the paper. Oh, and there's one more important thing. What's that? What is it? King Vorpal Chicken. Once again, I choose the wrong setup apparently for this, because it is a single berserker. Part of the on. Yeah, we'll be fine. Ugh. Adjusted seating position. Push the button. And push the button. Charlie is Bond 4. Now we just need to collect lots of this chicken's blood. At least they're big enough that there's plenty to go around. I see, we write the talisman incantations in chicken blood. Yep, that's right. Honestly, I don't know much about these talismans are going to be against Zhang Jui's fortress, but it should at least be better than trusting to blind luck to save our asses. Quite so. Very well then, let's get down to business, shall we? Let's do it. Friendship, solidarity, hard work. Now that's the recipe for success. What a weirdly sentimental assassin. He's kind of sentimental, isn't he? Alright, next arrow is the third of 4 arrows. Looks like Caster this time. This time, we're gonna bring along not a foreigner, but an alter ego. And we're just gonna go Okitan. Because, yeah. It'll work. Just fine. No story? Weird. There's 3 waves this time though, so I think I'm gonna try and get away with not using NP until wave 2. Should be viable. What are my odds? Brave Chain. Good, Castoria. Well done. And Okitan will delete here. At least I think she will. Okay. Well. Buster Blast, I guess. Good Kitan. And the last wave. What do you get on overcharge of Kitan? Bust or card resistance increase. Boop boop beep. Pardon the yawn. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Doom, I guess. Seriously? 166 HP? Ugh. Finish this. That took way too long. Had I known there was only gonna be 4, I would have gone with a single target one rather than an AoE. AKA out of use melt. A few days later. Don't think I can read another word. Me neither. I suppose none of you will be surprised to hear this work suits me quite well. We don't want any of you getting overwhelmed or confused, so we may as well stop here. Let's not forget the three of us are rank amateurs. For a stopgap measure, I believe this should be quite sufficient. I dare say our teamwork has improved considerably as well. And according to Count Vlad, the armor's training is almost complete. Guess that means we'll be headed out soon. Indeed, as previously discussed, only the 4 of us will be undertaking this mission. Mr. Soul, I'll be counting on you to your simple summons to augment our capabilities. Yeah, between the summons and the 3 of you, you should be strong enough to take down Zhang Jui. Besides, the bigger the operation, the more likely the enemy is to discover what we're up to. I'd say we're at the tipping point here. I take there are no objections, then let us begin the mission. Here's our victory in the power of teamwork. I swear there's something about this assassin that screams shonen manga protagonist. We'll be departing first thing tomorrow morning, so I believe we should say our goodbyes now. Shonen manga protagonist. What is it, sir? Did you throw out your back? I did. I could really use a massage late. Wait, no, that's not it. I was just thinking. I know there's probably not much sense bringing this up now, but are we sure it's not too dangerous for Lord Soul to join us on this mission? I understand your concerns very well, Don Quixote, but I'm afraid this master has to stay close to his summoned servants. Usually there are ways for masters to stay at a safe distance while supporting their servants, but they're all beyond Soul's abilities. He has no choice but to wade into the fray himself. While I'm technically qualified to be a master, I'm not in a position to summon any servants right now. You're goddamn right you aren't. We're certainly not out to give you a mage who already betrayed proper human history once the right to summon his own servant again. No skin off my nose. I could happily go the rest of my life without commanding another servant. Right. So there you have it, Don Quixote. Much as it pains me, it really does pain me. We have to let him go along for it to have any hope of assassinating Zhang Jui. I'll be fine. Sir? I don't know about you, but the Chaldean's explanation makes sense to me. There's nothing more for us to do besides pray for their success. I guess you're right. Lord Soul, whatever you do, make sure you make it back alive. I, Don Quixote, shall await your return with high hopes. I promise I'll come back safe. Well said! Oh, did I sound like a real knight there? You did, man, you did. You did, sir. You really did. Well then, maybe I should go along after all. Absolutely not. Drat. And here I thought that was going pretty well. No matter how much of a knight you may be, your place right now is on the throne. It may not be easy, but you must be patient all the same. Alright then, Master. I hate to send you out on this mission alone. I understand that I'm essentially useless as a servant now that I cannot fight, but you're still my servant as much as ever. Can't argue with that. Rest assured I'll make sure our diversion gets the enemy's attention. Sherlock Holmes. I know, Count Vlad. I will do everything in my power to ensure the Master's safety. Astolfo? Yeah? I would like you to accompany Master and his team over to the edge of the Revenge Realm. You got it. Looks like I'm coming along for a little while myself. Not you though, Roland. You've got another job to do. Yeah. I'd lend you guys my Oliphant, but I'm the only one who can blow it, so... Oh well, for the time being, focus on staying alive. You say that's what you've always done? Well, I guess I've got no advice to give you. I'd like to throw you all a send-off party before you leave, but my sir thinks it would be better to save that for your return. Indeed. When you return victorious from your operation, we'll throw a party to celebrate. Better to me, too. Yeah, better to go after rather than before. You don't preemptively celebrate. Then I'll have everything ready by the time you get back. Oh, a party. I can't wait. And not just any party, but a real, say, Sancho. Yes, sir? How can you tell when a party's a gala? Now that I think about it, the only kind of party I've ever been to is the Harvest Festival. What about a celebration the Duchess and Don Diego threw for you? Well, I guess the Duchess was more awkward than celebratory, but still. At any rate, just leave it all to me, sir. Though I will rely on you for all the grunt work. Fine with me. I have no idea how to plan a party myself, so just tell me what to do and I'll do it. That's what I like to hear. We're ready to go. Final arrow of Section 12. In this quest, the battle you fight will depend on the choices you make during the scenario. Would you like to start this quest? And we'll form our party immediately before the battle begins. Pardon the yawn. Need to pay attention. Morning, Soul. You still have some time before you need to leave. Want to get a little more shut-eye? Nope, I'm going for a walk. Roger that. Nobody else is here yet. Morning. How have you been, pal? Oh, hello. I don't believe we met. Oh, is that Calde on the line? Nice to meet you. I'm Seton, Soul's comrade in arms. Still going with Seton, huh? At this point, you'd better believe I'm going to keep going with it for as long as I can. Besides, I'm pretty sure I won't be stepping on any of the other servants' toes. Anyway, what are you doing up this early? Oh, it's basically still night. Got a lot going on this morning, so I figured I'd get a bit of a brief walk. Soul, are you sure we can trust the servant? Yeah, he was trapped in jail with me. Don't worry about me. I won't tell anyone. Nobody likes a rat. I'm just really sorry I can't be of any help myself. Show me your true face, then. Sorry, but I'm gonna keep the mystery man thing going for a while. Knowing when to do a thing is almost as important as knowing what thing to do. That said, I'm not loving how I've got to draw this out, either. I can't tell you to trust me, or that'll definitely be worth the wait. But if you can guess my identity on your own, hopefully it'll be a sign of good fortune coming your way. It's totally Charlie. Oh, hey, is it morning already? Hang in there, pal. I'll be rooting for you. I'm gonna try and take care of my own business as best I can, too. Alright, Charlie, bye. He's a real mystery man, alright. His spirit origin's no stronger than a phantom spirit, so I'm sure he's really weak. But he is a servant. You don't sense any hostility from him, right? None. Okay, I trust your judgment on these things. Well, if that's all true, I wonder why he won't help. I suppose we'll just have to trust him when he says he has his reasons. Okay, let's head back to the castle for now. We've got a long day ahead of you. Is everyone ready? Yeah, I guess. All good here. Then let's get going. Remember, we'll be heading to the very deep into the Revenge Realm territory. We are bound to encounter enemies on the way, but we won't necessarily need to fight through them. If we must, we can always run. In fact, I had Miss Zufu pack numerous talismans specifically for that purpose. Just be aware that we won't be able to use them every time. Also, we could be in real trouble if the enemy has a caster too. Hey, you guys alright? I'd say so, yes. Got it. I'll be taking you guys right down to the border in one of those golem-drawn ships. Carriages. Bleh. Okay then, let's get going. I know you're probably sick of hearing this by now, but remember, the direction we infiltrate the fortress from will be crucial. It's an extremely complex spell, but it always goes in a set order. And it doesn't matter how strong the sorcerer casting it is. In some ways, it's a lot like a gun. Oh. If you want to fire a gun, no matter who you are, you have to load it, disengage the safety, and pull the trigger. No matter how good a shot you are, you can't fire a gun without doing all these things, right? And it's the same with that spell. It might be complex, but it's not invincible. For example, say it made it so that no one could enter the building from any direction. If you cast a spell like that on a castle, then how would its defenders come and go? So you can definitely get inside. The problem is that doing so will be complex and not at all intuitive. I'll be doing my best to solve the riddle, but in case I get it wrong. You'll try again? Unfortunately, unlike video games, real life doesn't have a continue option. Anyway, assuming we make it inside, there probably won't be as many soldiers to contend with. I presume we'll have the spell to thank for that as well. Yep. Not only is it fiendishly difficult to navigate, but the people inside it could also mess it up by inadvertently screwing with the orientations. So they wouldn't be able to station many other servants in there, even if they want to, which they don't. Be that as it may, we do believe we'll encounter some form of military resistance inside. Most likely some sort of being Zhang Jui controls this Taoist arts in lieu of servant soldiers. Yeah, that's a good point. If he uses familiars or something along those lines, he could severely restrict their behavioral patterns to make sure they don't mess up the spell. That would make them much harder to control, though, so I think we have a shot at this. Thank you, Miss Zufu. Going over all this ahead of time has been a great help. We'll be counting on your assistance inside the fortress as well, as your skills will be crucial to this operation. However, there's one other key to this operation that needs to be addressed. Alright, you mean me, don't you? I take it your noble phantasm is equal to the task of killing Zhang Jui. Yes. It may not be as strong as the first Hassan's, but my noble phantasm is by no means weak. I don't think any Hassan has one as strong as the first. Although, thinking back on it, maybe pride is what kept me from ever matching his. Speaking of which, Lord Sol, I understand you've met a number of the Hassans yourself. May I ask what they're like? Well, we have Cursed Arm, who is chill. We have 100 Personas, who is kind of a mystery. Serenity, who's a bit of a affection-starved girl. And first, King Hassan, who is awesome. They're all really great people. I see. Well, now I feel a little embarrassed making big proclamations someone as accomplished as you. But I hope you'll trust me to see this mission through. Totally, dude, totally. Sad they won't tell us which Hassan you are, though. Hey guys, you got a minute? What is it? Well, one of our squads is fighting a skirmish with another one of the Revenge Realm squads. I see. What's the situation? Looks like we're losing, but at least they're already prepared to retreat. So what do you guys want to do? Go around them since this is a stealth mission? That would probably be best. What do you think, Mr. Soul? Okay. So this is it. So the choice is to help those who are prepared to retreat or go around. I think we should actually steer clear just because we are supposed to be on a stealth mission here. Gotcha. The squad does seem like they have things handled. Okay, we'll take a detour then. Ow. I'll be right back. Gotta grab some real quick. There. We made it past without a prob. Huh? Demonic beast attack! Demonic beast attack! Understood. We'll take care of it then. Let's go. Ow. Good luck. Thank you. Well, I guess I better help out a little too. Why not just agree to do so in the first place? She's too proud to do that. So we have support Astolfo. Unknown. Well, in the case of unknowns, there is one choice that is always the right choice. Let's go Scotty, I think. One choice that is always the correct choice when you're facing unknowns. Yep. So we have Disturbance, which is Confusion and Poison on them. And then we have a Debuff Immunity and a Max HP plus. Okay. I have not the slightest clue if we'll be able to handle this, but we will certainly try. Good, good, good. That Chimera's a bit on the tough side here. Luckily we got a Buster crit ready and raring to go. And otherwise, we're just ready to blast with another NP. Ba-dum-bum. Nice crit. Bond 3, Barghest. Bond 5, Charlie. Alright. That was not that bad. At all. There we go. All beasties gone. Now we can collect all the materials. As much as I wish we could, I'm afraid the time is of the essence. Our mission is an urgent one. No gathering mats. Sadness. Tears. I cry. Every time. Oh, looks like we're almost there. This is the revenge realm, alright. Okay, this is as far as I go. Bye, Astolfo. I'll head back on my hippogriff. See you guys later, and good luck. We're all counting on you. We will not let you down. Woo! Yeah! My predictions never pan out, but I've got a good feeling about this mission. Well, bye! If his predictions never pan out, then he says perhaps we should expect things to go poorly. Don't think too much about it. Let's go. Let's. Man, I don't like this. It'll be fine, Xufu. It will be fine. One quartz, 3 pages, 3 pure prisms, and 3 hellfires of wisdom, as that is section number 12. Completed. So that is going to be the end for this episode. Of those of you watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to drop a like and a sub if you want to know when it's going to come out. Hint, it's probably going to be tomorrow, but still, it would be greatly appreciated. So I'm signing off here for YouTube, and I will see you tomorrow for section 13.